talk with you about how you figure out which card in the tarot deck represents you. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. There is a massive rainstorm happening right now outside, out here out the window. So hopefully it's not too distracting. But I really was thinking about this topic a lot recently because over the course of my, over a decade and a half long career in tarot, I've gone through several transitions of which card has represented me. And right now I'm in an interesting spot in my life where the tarot card that represents me is changing again. So it got me thinking, well, maybe this would be a really good time to talk about this because my other two tarot cards have come to me and appeared very easily. And this one I seem to be struggling with. And I thought, well, if I'm struggling, you guys are probably struggling too. So let's talk about some different ways that you can figure out which card represents you. So the first and super easiest way to do it is you can go by your zodiac sign. So every zodiac sign, from Aries to Pisces, has a card that represents that particular sign. So you can check and look yours up, and if that card resonates with you and you're vibing it, that could be your card, right? Okay, the second way that you can figure out which card is representing you is that you can kind of use your intuition and let your intuition guide you. You might get just a flash or a flicker of what that card is. Something might be pulling you. You might be getting signs, you might meditate on it and see what comes up to you and what Spirit's telling you. So you can use your intuition to really kind of tap in to do that as well. Something else that is a good way to see which tarot card represents you is to look at the cards in general, right? And when we look at cards, we look at kind of their vibes and their energy and their symbolism, right? When you look at a card, there's a certain energy that comes off of that, right? Some of them are very, strong and powerful. Some are kind of softer and gentle and warm. Some are very happy. Some are very angry. So there's a lot of different energies that get represented in these tarot cards. So when you are thinking about yourself and the energies that you represent and that you carry, and even maybe going back to your value system, right? This is something that I talk about that I think is very important for every person, right? Your values. You can use those and match them up and align them with the tarot card that best fits that. And that might be your card. Now, it might be something right away that you resonate with and you're like, oh yes, I get this. I can see why this would be me. Or you might look at it and be like, okay, well, this matches the values, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know if I love this card, right? So sometimes it's a matter of just getting used to the card a little bit and mulling it over and sitting on it and seeing how you feel. And sometimes it's a matter of the card just not being right for you. And that's a personal call that you will have to make, but that is another way to figure out maybe which card would work to represent you in the deck. The fourth and final way that you can tell which card represents you in the deck is to ask it, right? To let the deck decide. And that is to very carefully just kind of sit and shuffle with the cards and meditate and say, look, tarot card deck, you and me, we've been friends for a long time. You've always had my back. I really need you to help me out. I need you to show me which card represents me in the tarot deck, right now. And so when you do that, you shuffle the same way you normally would and be mindful. And then you can pull the card however it is that you pull the cards, because everyone kind of has their own different, unique kind of way of doing that. And that could be one way that you find your card too, right? If you have a good relationship with your deck, you can ask your deck to help you out. Now, the other important piece of information that I'm downloading right now as I'm telling all this stuff to you guys is that you really need to be mindful that your tarot cards can change over your lifetime. I'm hearing don't let something get set in stone, right? Like one card doesn't have to represent you for the entirety of your life, because we as human beings do grow and evolve and change. And I know for me, that's true. The first card that I had, that was me when I was starting out. My life changed a lot as I transitioned into my next card. And I find myself right now, that life and those things have changed a little bit. And that's not bad. Change isn't bad. We just grow. And so I'm growing into a new phase of something, and I need a new card that represents that and really showcases my power, especially when I am doing, tarot magic. I need to have that card in there because that's going to show my connection to the spell that I'm doing. Right? And that shows my power. And if I don't choose the right card, that spell's going to be a little bit weaker because it's not representing kind of the entirety of me, if that makes any sense. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Excuse my voice, it's a little allergy season out here, so everything's a little funny. But if you have any other questions or you have a unique way that you want to share that your card came to you, I'd absolutely love to hear it. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you all have an absolutely beautiful day.